Hey guys, welcome to What's in Reviews. This is Charlie bringing the reaction and review to the Slaughterhouse Rulez trailer. Now, I didn't mean to get on this last week. I saw Nick Frost sort of tweet this out on the day it was released, but at that time there was no trailer version for it on YouTube with the proper sort of dimensions, as it were. So I couldn't react to it then, and then I got quite busy over the weekend when presumably it did end up on YouTube. So I'm finally getting around to it now. I've been very good and not watched anyone else's reaction to it yet, so this is all fresh. I did see like the first 3 seconds, so I started watching it on Twitter and then realised, oh no, no, I should react to this, but of course it was on YouTube at the time. So there are 3 main things I'm excited for here. Well, 3 names that immediately made me excited. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Michael Sheen. 3 of my favourite people. Speaking of Michael Sheen, I'm really looking forward to Good Omens as well, with him and David Tennant, and the rest of that cast is ridiculously good as well. Michael Sheen's got a few good things coming up with a bunch of ensembles, which I also adore the rest of the ensembles. So let's watch this trailer because I hadn't heard anything about this until that tweet by Nick Frost with the trailer, and just seeing those names, immediately on board. This trailer, I don't know how this trailer could be awful, and I'll still be on board for this just because of the names involved. Yeah, so let's watch this trailer, eh?
There's something in the woods.
Ah, pre-trailer. Okay.
Did you get my note about the no-go areas?
Just seeing those two together. I'm not sure if they've ever done anything before in the same.
These things always end up in a bloody mess.
Welcome all to Slaughterhouse.
I'm already getting the sense this is a bit meta.
At the top, we have the bat.
Oh, he's a
In the
Butterfield.
middle, Cleansey Lawrence.
Watch where you're looking.
And then down at the bottom, Wooten.
Who's Wooten?
That's Wooten.
I'm afraid Mr. Prigg will be unable to teach today or ever again. He died here. Alone. Anyway.
There's something in the woods.
What the
Of
devil?
course there is.
That hole is a gateway. And it leads straight down to hell.
Now, who wants to buy some drugs? They just ate half the upper sink.
I would love that to be like the same character from Attack the Block.
Language, Wooten! Children! Save yourselves! To the schooner!
Hooray! All right, I'm going as fast as I can. You're making me nervous.
I just like the creature from Star Trek, the Discovery.
Stop worrying. What they're gonna do? Eat you alive.
I mean, a little bit.
Delicious.
Of course, it's Halloween. Alright, if I wasn't won over immediately by those 3 names, the fact they used the Hive's Tick Tick Boom as the trailer music, instant win, trailer-wise. Yeah. They did look a little bit like the tardigrade from Discovery, the monster there. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like almost actually based on also maybe like a mole rat or some kind of mole situation, because it did have that sort of teeth, the 2 teeth thing that moles have, so maybe it's like some kind of demon mole, because obviously the underground thing. That driving club had me as well. But Michael Sheen, nice to actually see him do. Actually, I'm not sure last time he did something comedic. I mean, he was in that Brad Status, but he was sort of playing actually a more sort of straight and sort of a more serious character, like unfunny character in that. So didn't really. I'm trying to remember the last time Michael Sheen had a sort of a decent sized role in a comedy film. I mean, he's an excellent actor, of course, from everything. He can inhabit people without really even looking like them, and still make you believe that he is that person. So it was nice to see him just have a bit of fun, of course. Nice to see Simon Pegg actually have a bit of fun again. Obviously, he was in the Mission Impossible release this year, which was excellent, by the way. If you haven't seen my review to that, do check that out actually as well, because I do talk about Mission Impossible Fallout and how bloody excellent that is. So yeah, nice to see him have a bit of fun. Of course, nice to see Nick Frost. I do hope. It does look like they're very separate characters, so I do hope they do get to interact at some point, just so we can get a bit of Pegg and Frost together once again. I think this is probably the first time they've done something together since since World's End. I think Paul came out before World's End, so I think this was the first thing they've done together since World's End. So yeah, nice to see them working together again. Nice to see Michael Sheen have a prominent role in something again, because it's usually just smaller parts I've noticed. I can't remember what it was, but he had a very small part in something else recently that I saw. Maybe not recently, but at least in the last few years. But of course he's got that big role in Good Omens coming up, which should be pretty good. Really looking forward to that. John Hamm, David Tennant, the League of Gentlemen peeps. So good cast there as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. Halloween, of course, naturally. I can't, initially it seemed to be a little bit meta. Maybe this is sort of a little bit of a British... I don't want to say British Cabin in the Woods, just because of the whole setup obviously is way different. But it does look like it is sort of a more British spin on the sort of metaing the sort of Cabin in the Woods kind of deal. Maybe. But I don't really know. But yeah, Halloween looks good. I don't really recognise any of the kids except for obviously Asa Butterfield. So hopefully, I don't. Someone maybe correct me on that. Maybe the rest of those kids have been in something and I haven't seen it. But yeah, I only recognise Asa Butterfield from the rest of that cast. I think I recognised the mother or the end there, but I can't remember where from. It didn't look like a particularly big role either. So I'm trying to work out. I kind of suspect that Michael Sheen's character has something more sinister going on underneath as well, judging by this dialogue. But that might just be a red herring. But it looks a lot of fun. Obviously, anything with Pegg Frost in is fun, and then added Michael Sheen being just having the fun is also extra useful. And yeah, Skoda. I mean, if anything makes a film a British comedy, it's the. I mean, I know Skoda isn't British, but it's a very. I know obviously the Skoda make isn't a British, but it's a very Britishly owned car. That makes sense. Like obviously the Vauxhall Astra police cars in Hot Fuzz. It's something, even though it's not British, it's quintessentially British in a way. Same with the Volvo Estates. Even though they're not British vehicles, they are kind of quintessentially British culture, as it were. So, yeah, if you ever want to put a stamp on the film and make it feel British, Volvos, Vauxhalls, Skodas, that kind of thing. So, yeah, a lot of fun. Looking forward to this. That's out in October. I review it at the time. But yeah, until the next video. Ta-ra.